right. Good afternoon. Welcome. It is the weekend right before the live event. In order to kick it off, we have the finale, the grand finale of a Link to the Past randomizer online, part of SGL Online for open spoiler. These two guys have done everything they can in order to battle a extremely tough field in order to make it to the grand finals. We have coming from the winner's side is a telethar, hasn't lost a game yet in open spoiler, and facing off is last year's defending champion coming from the loser's bracket, Gammachuu. So telethar, I guess logistics-wise, he is considered to be up 1-0. So in this case, if he wins this game, then he wins everything. Gamma is definitely looking to take another win, so that we can actually play game 2, which is part of this doubleheader. Should be a very, very fun time. Very excellent, talented runners here. It's gonna be a great time. I'm joined by, I believe, Gamma's pilot, as for pilots for the tournament, Ravis, German champion extraordinaire. Tracking for us, of course, is Arya, who has been here the entire time. Amazing tracker. It's gonna be a really great time. Ravis, how's it going?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Doing well. Doing very, very well. I'm really excited for this match.
Oh yeah, I'm too. I mean, the defending champion, playing against a very known friend and, a runner like telethar and Gamma, also doing a lot together in terms of randomizer. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good one.
Oh yeah. And of course, telethar and Gamma, of course, also very decorated in their own right. I think they've been playing the game for quite some time, over the course of years. But of course, I think their success rate has been extremely profitable. Multiple title holders. For both Gamma and telethar. And I think sometime for last year, Gamma, of course, was defending champion. Telethar ended up getting kind of knocked out somewhere, I think, in the middle of the tournament. But of course, it's spoiler. Things happen, and you really can see, actually, just people who kind of play spoiler, run spoiler, route spoiler. It's already kind of like a, pretty challenging, mode to begin with, and then you see all these more. And these guys have both leveled up quite a bit, even from last year. Just playing so much more.
Yeah, and they're both going for the same start here. We were discussing before the race started what you're gonna do early, and we get this 300 early. Let's see what we are going to do with that.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah, so for full disclosure, Ravis and I have been, we can spot checked a couple, items here and there. I don't think we don't have a full route or anything like that, but it's certainly going to give us maybe a little bit of a sneak peek as to what these guys are going to do. I will say that money is your best friend in this siege. It will.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, real life in game, you can never have too much money. But in this case, they're going to be able to afford the most valuable item, I believe, in this game as early as possible.
I think you can literally have too much money in this game, but that's
true.
Not early on. All right, Gamma getting the boots early. Meanwhile, the telethar dropping into the well, getting that blue boomerang and the flippers. And harpies.
Yeah, very interesting. Emma actually, not getting flippers this time around. Actually, we do see that in this case that Swamp Palace is a pendant. Could actually, that's probably an indication, at least to me, that we probably don't need to go into Swamp Palace if Gamma's not gonna pick up the flippers. Now, that being said, there are going to be other things that not only are flipper locked, flippers do make things a bit more convenient. So for example, even go into Ice Palace, right? You don't have to fake flipper, take an extra time to set up. If there's something like on Waterfall that I also didn't check or anything, like that, flippers can certainly be very convenient for you.
Yeah, I mean, there's reasons to go there, even without wanting the flippers. We're gonna come to that. But for now, we see Gamma, since he saved his time with the well trip, is simply gonna do Saw and is saving, quitting, and starting at Sank.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, they're very similar routes. Yeah, honestly, this little tiny difference is pretty much just a diff. I mean, you can also see, the margins of timing is actually pretty tight. Every chest matters. Every little small detour does matter. Especially for winners finals, or sorry, grand finals, for this double elimination bracket. I mean, with telethar and Gamma, it's very difficult to be able to, take time off of, one another. So it's yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. He got, middle, left, and then right chest?
Yeah, he wanted to be correct, and then he left the important one out. Perfect.
Yeah, just a little bit of backtracking, a couple seconds.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna go to escape once again. So we're gonna see some bomb strats here. So everybody, pick out your notebook. If you are not comfortable in bomb escapes, you're gonna get 2 showcases, basically how it's gonna be done.
Yeah. I meant to look this up earlier. I want to say that Gamma was also, I think, the finalist versus Dante in the main tournament, like 2020, 2021. One of those years where the entire mode was just open hard. And man, did people get practice with bomb escape in that mode? The entire tournament, if you're playing that many matches.
standard hard, yeah, where the bomb escape was like a casual thing, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Audra. Yeah. 2021 was Dante Gam. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I remember there was. Yeah. And yeah, you got a lot of practice that one.
All right.
Ooh, actually looking at telethar, getting an extra map chest for a piece of heart. Yeah. So that's also maybe one thing that especially telethar also being pilot, also being a runner. Also, same as Gamma, just very conscientious in this case about your resources, and especially for spoiler, the margins of health can be very, very tight and very razor thin. So Telethar actually taking the time in this case to, to pick up an extra heart piece for a heart container. I mean, it's definitely more power. It's a very nice investment, especially since it's so early in the game.
Alright, Gamma preparing a death warp here. And this is where, things are getting tricky. This is part of the reason Telethar actually picked up the boomerang, because we have to go to Dark Cross here. And, I mean, we have, like, the boots and bombs, which these runners easily can do. But, 3 hearts, you can get hit. You don't have a sword or anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is one of like the. I know this is no if it's considered to be, it's a very volatile check because so like one obviously one of the nice things that you mentioned in this case about getting the boomerang, having in this case like the boots is another way. Anything you can use to tell where you're where you are as a sprite, like whether that's going to be boots dust, what's going to be the boomerang. Boomerang obviously is a lot more defensive as well because you get to maybe stun a rope or two. That's always, kind of nice. They take damage, not you.
Some trouble here.
On
1.5 heart. Gotta be slightly careful.
Yeah, looks like maybe Gamma's.
We got it. All right. Okay. That's closer. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I'm staring at Gamma's cam and just watching, his red. This guy's, it's not his first rodeo, But I mean, even the toughest and most embattled, spoiler runners, right, are going to, sometimes just every once in a while something just doesn't go right. As you mentioned, in the dark with all the ropes and the different, you don't know where you are. I mean, you're on super low damage. All the ropes are just moving randomly.
So now we're getting the flipper. So Telethar is gonna go ahead and be ahead in front of Gamma here.
Yeah, actually very interesting. Yeah, I think it seemed like coupled with a little bit of time that Gamma took, in Dark Cross, right, trying to get the hook shot. Although it was a little tempered by the fact that Telethar had to take a little bit longer of a death warp, right, from Zelda Cell. But yeah, Telethar is just after everything is said and done, he is a couple seconds ahead of Gamma going into Dark Worlds.
All right, all this long way.
Right, we have no hammer. I didn't look up where the hammer was. Well, given that we're running all the way over here, makes me think that we actually don't have the hammer. Is Hype Cave? Is that where it is?
I think there has to be Hype Cave. There's nothing else here. Okay. Unless Pod, I guess, or like Eastern Darkwood.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, hammer.
I feel like
classic.
You would have come north then instead of south. So I assume just Hype Cave.
Okay. Also, very nice thing to be able to keep track of. Do you remember that PSA? We do need 2 bombs for Hype Cave. While again in this case, I think they were able to buy some bombs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got a lot of bombs and swords and a mirror. God. Oh wow. Okay.
Telethar has to be careful here. Isn't one hard? You really don't want to die here in the overworld.
Yeah, having a sword certainly will massively improve your chances of survival, because you can see that without the sword sticking out in front, you will just take damage from every anything. And
So
being
take
only on
this-
green mail, you'll be.
Yeah, we take this. Telethar wants to take Lecalia, but has to be very careful here.
Oh my gosh.
Those are a couple of seconds that obviously get Gamma sometimes. That's a nice flute, so we definitely wanted those flippers for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could also maybe tell just a little bit, again, taking some extra damage, might cause Telethar to play, just like a little bit more cautiously. You can kind of see in this case, Gamma has almost full health, right? 4.5 hearts going in. And even if he takes some little bit of damage, you can take, 2 hits before kind of like being in the danger zone. And, he's just going to basically, play with confidence, right? Just do your normal stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand why they both didn't like dash downwards before they mirrored and then mirror. But maybe I'm getting something wrong here, but it's anyway. We get ice rock. Yeah, I mean, it is the finals. We have to be kind of critical here.
It's true. It's true. All right, we got our 1 bow.
Yeah, nice one.
Pretty interesting routing though. Because like we don't, like the flu's on like Highlight Island, and then no hammer to be. Oh my god. To be seen. Everything is fine. The bird only does 1/2 heart of damage, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So he wasn't in danger of dying.
The entire water scenario is a little weird. So I assume we're gonna go to pod. Oh my god.
Hello! Oh my god!
Yeah, thank you for the invincibility frames.
Do you get iframes? Maybe your sprite.
Yeah, when you enter the mirror portal.
Okay.
That's why you got, like, if he didn't, then I think he might have actually been gone.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah, you don't want to get a weird hit here somewhere. That would be, I think that would be, you could almost say it's game over. If like Pod has the hammer, and this is where we have to go next, that would almost be game over, because if Telethar would die here in the overworld, Gammon would see that probably and then say, okay, I have to just finish the game, basically.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Right, so it's kind of like one of the features of running spoiler is that you get to, look the restream, you get to look at your opponent's stream, because there's no, like, oh, where did my opponent find the ice rod, that I don't have, that I've been searching for 15 minutes, you got the log, you can still look at it anytime, you can do your control F, to be able to find in 2 seconds, so there's not going to be any type of like that what if component. And so you can kind of gauge in this case where your opponent is in the race.
And next room is going to be interesting for Telethar. There's a 1-hit KO potentially.
Telethar is on 1-hit KO. Yes, the entire time. Oh my god. Okay. He is so brave. You see no reaction on this, on him. Okay,
all right, so
here we are.
The hammer is actually in pod.
Look,
all right,
it's the hammer. It's actually in pod.
But Gamma closed the gap for sure. Oh, and there's the detour for hearts, and we are even. Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah.
And you can imagine, like, we've gone the same way pretty much in the first 11.5 minutes. I assume this is basically a neck-and-neck speedrun gonna be here. Like, this is the finals of Spoiler Lock. You assume those two probably have the best route, and I mean, after 12 minutes, we're literally gone the same screens pretty much.
Yeah, it actually certainly does like the macro route, like going to Uncle, and then going back to CAC, and then, going to, all this other stuff, right, and then going back to Castle, same Dark World route, pretty much has been the same. Like, from room to room, though, some of these things, I mean, I love the sync, but like Telethar ended up hitting the switch with bow, right, here? And then going, and then, the Gamma reset the room.
Yeah. Looks like we need the big key, actually. Or did we just go there because we had to go Dark Cross?
Is the big key in here? Like in
no,
Dark
he got the big key. They got the big key here in Hammershauer. Oh my god, my brain is getting knocked out with all these menu bufferings on the left and the right.
Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh my.
All right, looks like.
Oh my god, my brain is melted. All right, so we got everything we want here.
Okay, look, sometimes, race, race. This is the finals, Ravis, okay? For Telethar, he just needs to win this race to be, crowned SGL online champion. Gamma's defending his title. He needs this race to stay alive to force the game, the doubleheader game. Sometimes things can happen.
Yeah, and Telethar is still on 1 heart. Like, Gamma is on 2, but He's gonna skip that hard, so Gamma's taking the lead here.
Ooh.
But that might be a wise choice here for telethar. I mean, I don't know what's coming up, so like fights and stuff. But I think 6 hearts is where you want to be. But certainly they would be fine with 5 as well.
Yeah, yeah, and especially for, you know, again, when you're facing an opponent where you really, you know, one, probably do not want to, maybe cannot afford to give them some time. You know, skipping a safety is one of the, at least, you know, short-term ways to cut some corners, right? You just happen to, in this case, to see if the corner that you cut, you know, is worth the time that you know, that you saved. Because yeah, as you said, right, you know, this type fight, we could basically not see any more safeties, in which case, you know, if that 6 heart could actually make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, between Telethar survival and death, you know, and versus, you know, the same for Gamma.
Yeah. Also, I'm very happy about something specific. So I talked to Pichu right before this race, and I told her I think Gamma is going to win the first game because he's getting a lucky full magic drop somewhere that is perfectly aligned. He got actually that magic drop, but luckily for me, it's not important. We get the river here, but yeah.
All right, we're actually going to see a little bit more of here of a difference. You know, the lamp, while, you know, is not necessary, you know, especially for, you know, we see Telethar and Gamma getting through these dark rooms. Sometimes, you know, it does, again, add a little bit more volatility, a little bit more variance, you know, as to, you know, how fast you can get through a room. And you kind of actually see, you know, that while Telethar, yes, again, take the detour to go get the heart container. You know,
these
these
arrow
are the things
drops.
that matter.
Oh my god. Let's see if Telethar is getting that luck, alright?
Maybe. Oh no. Well,
that's very unlucky, alright.
He got the arrow drops, but the red Igors were unfortunately not very good.
Yeah, and the red Igors themselves didn't drop arrows as well. So not on the way. Ooh, going for the very quick kill.
Yeah, Gam had a nice, cheerful, I mean, not actually, he had a very nice Armos fight, you know, nothing really went wrong, and yeah, Telethar is just a little bit behind him, 1 Armos fight ninth worth of time behind, plus Crystal Catch.
And that is how spoiler sometimes goes, right? Like Telethar went in here a couple of seconds earlier, and Gamma's out a couple of seconds earlier.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna activate that flute now. I wonder if we go these down immediately here. It looks like it.
Right. We got a very late flute. That's why we took this gigantic route from South Dark World, from Village of Outcasts. We've run all the way to Pod, and pick up a couple of, you know, errand trips along the way.
Yeah.
Actually, it looks like Telethar's gonna activate. You know, again, this is like a you know, like micro route differences, right? Gamma went into Dark World first, and then presumably he's gonna mirror, right, and activate this flute. And Telethar just is going into Light World first and then going up. I don't have any times for any of these, so I would actually be really good in this case because also very convenient. They're doing 2 different things, so we can actually time this to see which one's faster. But it's like, again, I think it's very interesting to be able to see these little time differences.
Yeah. I mean, Gamma has to mirror 1 extra time and go back, right? That's what Telethar is saving here. So this is probably more or less a wash. Telethar might have an easier time hook speeding out of these down.
Oh yeah, that's also true too.
But this, I don't think we're done in Village after Thieves Down. I think we have to do like Smith or something, because otherwise you would go Thieves Down and then mirror flute, like flute activation and then flute away.
Oh right. Then you could save the you could save 1 mirror transition, right? In order to otherwise.
And like you don't walk down in CAG, right? You just go to the upper entrance to the Dark World and then go Thieves. And the moment you go out of Thieves, you mirror. Because you mirror anyway, regardless if you had the flute activation before or after.
Okay, so we are here in Thieves Town. It doesn't look like we really picked up anything other than that big key so far. So maybe we're just here for something either in the backup blinds if Thieves Town or the boss or something like that.
No, I think it's gonna be something like Smith Chain. Like
Okay,
probably
okay.
maybe. Wait, we could have done Smith Chain before. We could have done it towards Hype Cave, so maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, well, we didn't have the mirror the first time we were in the village. I don't know if you
Oh,
wanted to go pick up the smith.
you're
So
absolutely right. That was in Hype Cave. Yeah, I mean then
yeah,
probably Smith or Purple Chest makes even more sense.
I can see a very easily skippable Bombos medallion in Thief's Town Big Chest if you were playing this seed without a spoiler log by yourself.
Yeah, and even worse, knowing
Mhm.
where the fire order is, right? I mean, we know, but we're gonna see where that is.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, well, spoiler alert. For those of you who are the fan of the Rule of Fire, this is a seed for you.
And what a rule of fire seed it is.
Oh, true, yeah.
All right, Gamma with a scripted blind fight. We just get through here. Telthar on the way to Big Chest getting bombos.
Yeah,
There we go.
Good. Yeah, he was a very good actor, sticking to the script, you know, as prescribed. Alright, suddenly, crystal number 2 down. You know, Telethar certainly is well on his way. While I also did check for swords earlier, I have no idea. Actually, my memory's completely been. I don't
We got
remember
two
where any
free
of the
swords
swords
in
are.
Hype Cave. That's enough.
Okay, you're right.
Don't
Yeah,
give these
Master
runners
Crystal,
tempered sword.
I have been told that Tempered Sword is a great item to try and rush.
Yeah, but we don't want to see tempered sword fights in finals. We want to have close Ganon fights with 24 spins.
For us, you mean? And maybe not for them. You know, Tempered is also, well, yes, it does save you time and all this stuff, and you know, it's a very nice sword to have. Like, it does a lot more damage. It is also very, very good safety. The faster something dies means that the lesser chance it has to kill you.
So we're going into the mire area next. So that's Mire Shed, I guess. So we didn't do anything in Village. So I guess, yeah, Telthar just forgot that he could have just activated it now, I guess. A little bit of, like a couple of seconds lost, but not much.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, and certainly, you know, I know, I guess, you know, these kind of like timing margins kind of go both ways, right? Because you see, you know, oftentimes in spoiler, like the win margin is can be pretty tight. What's up, Ravis?
Boring tempered sword on Gamma's side. And a lamp and a cane next to each other, imagine.
Yeah, super safe now. I am kind of curious though, where is this bow, Ravis? They're missing a very valuable. Oh, is it on Gamma's?
We have the bow. It was Ice Bucket.
Oh well, perfect. Oh, well, we have lamp and a bow. Oh, this is my seed.
I still think we're gonna see like cane strats with spins with tempered sword to do both.
Tempered sword spins. All right, I understand. You know, I've already resigned myself. You know, but I'm just saying that, you know, this is probably the closest we're gonna get.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think the Gamma nor Telethar runs NMG. At least if they did, you know, it's a very like once a year type of, you know, rate.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Oh, okay. Telethar is not doing the boss at all now. He's gonna go ice first.
Ooh. Very interesting. Okay, so Gamma is actually going to be in the position where potentially, you know, we're going to get some extra quiver usage, you know, but it looks like Telethar is going to choose to try and make his desert trip a little bit faster.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we have to finish Mire anyway, right? The question becomes the way you take, or the time you take to run. Let's see how Gamma's fight is going to go. You need one spin for each. Okay. So 3 cycles is going to be. So
it's okay. He had the bow on reserve.
Yeah, so it's about the time out of walking out of Mire and then mirroring at the desert exit, or the desert back entrance, versus this fight without any fire rod or anything, which was a 3 cycle. I think with a 2 cycle, Gamma might still be faster, but with a 3 cycle, if Telthar gets the 1 cycle, then you know, then he's gonna save some time, but we'll see.
Yeah, Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, just like little higher variance to estimate like a Lambo cycle. I mean, normally what I do is I just attribute like 6 seconds per one cycle. You know, more or less that could be, an estimate. So, yeah. I mean, if in this case, it saves. Telethar can save. Whatever 10 to 12 seconds over Gamma. Like, yeah, should probably be worth it. All right, but we are coming into Ice Palace. Or rather, Telethar is already in Ice Palace. We gotta only use Bombos, that's our ticket in. We are going to find all the other... Telthar's also gonna find faster Lambos weaponry in here as well. And yeah, like, required for Skullwoods, blah blah blah, details.
So yeah, all we need is the Ice Rod and the keys for the respective dungeons. And, then we're gonna be done.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
I mean,
all of a sudden. Yeah, this
right,
is also kind of like that.
Yeah, with Temperature, this fight coming up on Telthar's side, shouldn't be a big deal, but if it gets out of hand, it can be kind of sketchy. Gamma, what are we doing?
There's a lot of flashes on Telthar's side.
But still well done. And there's your fire rod.
We found it. We found the fire rod. I guess that's go mode, right? Is this what you said?
Yeah. I mean, so people in chat were already like Ice Rod question mark. But the Ice Rod actually wasn't too far away. It was an iced tea. So
no, Ravis, that's pretty dang far.
Yeah, I mean, technically.
I was gonna say, do you know how many people skip iced tea in regular rando? Like, many people decide that they don't want to do iced tea.
They would be right on this one. Also, thank you, Arior and Yerok, for the rates. Welcome, everybody.
NMGers. Ari and Yerok, we almost got an NMG Bo Lamos fight out of Gamma, but he said he just spun with Tempered Sword. So close. Maybe at SGL, right? We do everything online, in person. Maybe you can get some we can get some cool verses going.
All right. Casual Cold Stare fight on Gamma side. So this is going to be interesting to see, since we have at least a little bit of divergence, which makes it more interesting in my eyes. Since that's going to last for at least this Skullwoods part.
Yeah, Telethar has already gotten rid of his sword beams for Mothula, so hopefully should be, a very classic textbook, just autopilot boss fight for Telethar and of course for Gamma. Sometimes I honestly wonder if Gamma would actually just be better if he only had Master Sword. I've seen the amount of stuff that he has done with only on Master Sword, and it is quite impressive. As you said, Tempered Sword's too easy. You gotta give these guys a little bit more of a challenge.
Exactly. I'm kind of mad that both guys didn't just skip the lamp right away. I mean,
True. That would be a flex. Like Ravis, literally, the lamp is right next to Samaria. In Myershed. Just get Samaria and then leave.
So I'm not so sure. I think Gamma is a little bit ahead currently.
Yes.
But not by much.
Yeah, right. So I think the margin, right, I think is kind of about one Armos Knight fight plus Crystal Catch, at Eastern. When Telethar took a little bit extra time trying to get through the Dark Room in the back. Little bit of time given back here and there, 5 seconds, 2 seconds, something like that. But that's kind of the discrepancy. Yeah, you just keep in mind in this case that Gamma's already cleared Desert, where Telethar hasn't. So it might on, if we just coming in, it might seem like Telethar's ahead a little bit, but Telethar still has to do Desert. But as you mentioned, I think it's very, very close. The rest of this is, how many dungeons do we have left? 3 more dungeons plus GT and Ganon.
Yeah. I mean, you have a very quick hair. Do we even count that as a dungeon? It
Oh
feels
yeah,
like
that's
we're
true
just
too.
going a
Yeah.
longer way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and of course, I don't, like, just to be, a bit more like nitpicky, right? Even some of the things that you don't expect to, take sometimes, things can happen, right? Maybe Harapot takes a little bit longer. Maybe Icebreaker takes a little bit longer. Things that you expect, to happen quickly sometimes does not. Can be, due to myriad of different reasons. Ooh, I see a big key in on the bridge chest. I do believe that there are people who are, potentially capable of skipping the detour, the intended route outside, just going straight to the back. Yeah, my guess is that I don't know how I guess like comfortable either Telethar or Gamma are just like to hover basically on command. Telethar, I believe, certainly will do it if deemed necessary. I don't in this case know if this is considered to be a like necessary situation. Yeah,
Ooh,
and maybe
lost a heart here that he really didn't want to lose.
6 hearts, yeah. 6 hearts, 6 hearts Vitreous, I think on Tempered is still okay. You're right though, you can never have too much health for Vitreous, that's definitely true.
Yeah, specifically having no safeties or anything. Like a hit from an eye gives you what, 4 or 5 hearts of damage?
4 hearts, yeah, 4 hearts from the
hearts.
eye, yeah. I think lightning is also 2 hearts of damage, regardless of nail. Yeah, so
technically that heart could matter. But
yeah, that's
probably not. I mean, let's be real.
Well, I mean, Ganon has, among many of his employees, Vitreous and Colster are probably among the top ones for MVEs, most valuable employee, because they end so many runs and kill so many runners. Okay, that was might be a little bit tight. for comfort, it's okay. Telethar, he plays spoiler. He's a survivor.
So yeah, Telethar is gonna do this extra circle, I would say, in desert now that Gamma already did. Gamma is gonna go out of Mire and just mirror and float away.
Yeah, and this kind of looks like right. So Telethar still has to get to the back of desert, and then beat Lamos. Yeah, and while Gamma is basically heading straight into Vitreous. So again, it's not very much time difference, but right now, like Gamma probably, if everything goes, on trajectory for both of them, as in no unexpected catastrophes, then yeah, Gamma's probably going to be the one going into GT or Hera first.
Okay, no bad lightning, so we're good. All right, yeah, Gamma definitely a little bit ahead since this mirror transition is gonna be quick, but we have here this cutscene to wait for. Oh my god, for Telethar.
Everything's fine. Everything's actually, it is okay. Yeah. So what basically one back of desert cutscene plus Landmos plus crystal catch. All right, this is why Telethar delayed in this case. Desert Palace Landmos fight. We recover. Okay, 2 cycle.
Oh, what?
Oh no! Oh.
That fire shot I kind of should have hit. Wait, what?
Whoa, wait, how many?
I feel like that Lamo got like sudden double health or something.
Yeah, what the heck? I really thought that one at least had 1 hit. I guess maybe something didn't count.
Like there was yeah, for sure. Like there was a spin, then there was a fire shot that should have hit, and then just before Lamo went down, you made a slash. So you would assume 1 slash is enough, but it wasn't. It needed 2. That's like scam.
I mean, I'm glad that Telethar, was able to recover, like, well, as in he reacted fast enough, so it's like he didn't have to cause another cycle, but still, like, again, things take longer than sometimes.
Oh man, that rock. But well played on Telethar's side.
Yeah, this is also something that you kind of see. Telethar and Gamma are consistently good runners, right? So you more often than not be able to see, them perform what looks to be like, flawless execution, very fluid movement, all this great stuff, and then suddenly they're just, at the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
Part of how they also get there is to be able to, when something does go wrong, is to be able to recover.
So this looks like a 50 seconds something difference. So we're gonna see it with the entrance of GT, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense as a time to check.
Yeah, and I think what's it? So GT entry to I think like the end of Ganon, assuming tempered silverless, is like something like 6.5 minutes total time. Give or take, right, with your execution.
Like even Moldon not playing for telethar, almost knocking him down, and then having to switch from slash spin to slash slash slash. So what
all
are we
these
picking
little
up here,
things.
Gamma? Oh my god, are we going for blue mail?
That's a good question. And this is also one of the things where
Oh
powder.
my god, what a scrub!
Wow.
Oh my
and
god,
a
what a
cape.
scrub!
Wow.
What is here, blue mail?
And a heart container? Holy cow. Wow. Alright, well, Gamma's gonna be super safe. Going into GT.
So yeah, I can already say, like, if this goes to a game 2, I'm rooting for telethar. I'm saying it right now.
One of the strategic decisions you can make in spoiler is that you can kind of gauge, where you're at in the race, and if you believe that your buffer, is large enough where you can afford to detour a little bit and get a little bit more luxury or safety.
Yeah, I mean,
that is completely within your autonomy to do so.
So here's the thing, right? Like when we play spoiler pilot, like I always
You're not telling them these things, right?
Yeah, when we're ahead, like I'm saying, like, all right, take this and that safety, and he's never taking it, and now he's actually doing it as spoiler. Like that makes me furious.
Maybe you can have a heart-to-heart with him, like, Gamma will only listen to Gamma as a pilot, and won't listen
there's
to
gonna
you.
be a team meeting for sure. But
Okay,
I mean, there's a big and the bugnet. That's
and the
actually
bugnet
nice.
even, yeah. All right. I also did see in this case, looks like we are good to at least go for the climb. Both Gamma and Telethar did not take the torch, the smoky off the GT torch. Probably, I mean, it definitely needs to be a little bit slower. But this is one
Gamma getting the nerves back. Yeah, we're on 4 hearts. I mean, we still have the cape on his side, so there's not going to be any trouble in the next 2 rooms, I assume. But Telethar is making some time up, as Chad said. Like the hookshot trip, cave trip, still, cost some time here and there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, but I think you're right. Like in that, Gamma probably had like a 50-ish second lead, going in, and then Hookshot Cave, probably took like 30 seconds-ish, something like that, out of it. But again, like Gamma's using, his safeties to hopefully get through. And like the nice thing about having powder, especially, right, you always get that nice refill right before Moldorm 2, Aga 2, Ganon, which Telethar, in this case, is not going to have that luxury for. But we'll kind of see.
Yeah. Not the greatest RNG in this room, but didn't get hit. That's important.
Yeah. Every time you have to play a merry-go-round with these Isaacs, tell them that you're not part of a circus or a carousel. They need to just stay still.
That's annoying. That's very annoying. That's extremely annoying.
Did Gamma not? Oh my gosh! Did he? Holy! Did you see that? That hook shot.
Jesus, I didn't know this was the required hookshot pay for this man.
Dude. That hookshot cave might have actually just saved Gamma's life. I'm just saying, right? No powder, like what was Gamma gonna do?
Yeah, I mean that would have been a very interesting rest of climb. He would have gotten another heart here, but you can just get 1 point out on the bridge or something, and then it's just over.
Yeah. I mean, he does have. I don't know how much magic management you have to worry about. Like again, he does have the cape.
It's all good.
Okay.
I mean, we get a full magic.
Okay.
See, that's what I mean. And look at Telethar's side. His full magic was not even close to be in the way. That's what I mean. Like this is the Luxec moment.
It's okay. You know, it probably wouldn't make that much of a difference. It'll just save, what, like one pop pickup or something. It's fine. Telthar's got the lamp out, you know, for this.
But the good thing is, if Gamma wins, that means we get more rando.
That's right. We get a quote-unquote, I guess, like, considered to be bracket reset in that, you know, then it's actually just like, you know, head-to-head winner-take-all for everything. You know, Telethar does have a one-game, quote-unquote, advantage because he's coming from the winner's bracket. So, you know, if he wins this one, then, you know, that's it. You know, he is crowned grand champion of everything. And by everything, I mean SGL Online open spoiler. If not, in this case, you know, Gamma gets a second shot, and that'll be, that'll actually be the grand finals.
I mean, this is one of the few tournaments where we actually play for some bucks as well, so there is technically a price difference, actually.
Yeah, oh yeah, though you're right. I don't actually have the exact numbers, but I believe Jesse and Amerith, who are the admins of this tournament, they will kind of come step in towards the end, and then we can get some actual numbers out of them.
So we didn't get any sort of, oh, that's a nice setup. Well, I said that that's only a double.
How can you tell?
He bounced only twice.
This is super close, by the way. I think maybe Telethar ended up making up a little bit of time, you know, Gamma, because we're just like one Aga fight difference.
He also had a double only.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
no.
That Lugo was sneaky.
Yeah, Gamma actually dealt with that one pretty well. Looks like, yeah, we're just gonna... I don't... That might have also been a double. I can't tell sometimes with how these...
Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. I mean, Telethar probably knows this one is done, unless Gamma is like choking pretty hard on Ganon. And if he chokes, like Telethar pretty much knows he's ahead.
Potentially, but I mean, you know, like, well, we'll watch Gamma's fight. We are expecting to get 1-on-1 from him, you know, on this fight. Yeah, so this also could be another time where Telethar, you know, if he gets a 1-on-1, he can gain a little bit of time on Ganon, Gamma,
yeah. Oh my god!
Everything's fine.
Oh, that hook! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's not...
What this? I'm so scared.
Oh, that is.
I am so scared. I mean,
maybe that Agahnim fight is still coming into play, actually.
Yeah, this is why you... I mean, Gamma is really taking advantage of all the things he picked up in Hookshot Cave.
He better does, I mean.
Alright, well, you know, all that's said and done. Gamma is at the end of Phase 3. Telethar is starting Phase 3. This is a very pretty tight margin. I mean, so Gamma does have Lamp out. He's going to get Torch Glitch. If he doesn't, it would be...
We got it, alright.
Alright.
But low magic means we're not gonna use Fire Rod early.
Yeah, and if one missed, you know, spin on Ganon is 3 seconds.
Yeah, and that, like, these close positions can get tricky.
Yeah,
sometimes.
for sure.
But we're now in the zone. I think it's like 3 or 4 spins ahead or something.
Yeah, no, this is super tight. Like, Telethar, yeah, as you mentioned, he was going through the motions, you know, very, like, he's done this 1 million times. And, you know, Gamma, you know, again, I think, yeah, Pichu mentioned this, with magic management, can actually be maybe a little bit, you know, not autopiloted. But you know what? Gamma pulls it out, it looks like. After a very dramatic ending for Ganon and Phase 4, we are going to have, looks like a Game 2 between Telethar and Gammachuu.
Yeah, and Ganon down for Telethar as well. Yeah, I mean, those 2 additional Agahnim cycles. Whew.
You can tell. Oh wow! Look at the sigh of relief, man, on his face.
All right, roll it back, I guess.
What's the time difference for this? 16 seconds? According to their timer?
Yeah. And also race time, like exact numbers.
Wow.
By the way, shout out to Gamma. Literally dunning on 00. Like 415600.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Very, very tight fight. And honestly, like, you know, kind of looking at what Gamma like went through, I guess, you know, go before, you know, during his GT climb and like the Ganon fight. I mean, like, it looks like actually Hookshot Cave was a good investment of his time. You know, Telethar, I mean, like, I think they both played, you know, very, very well. Sometimes, you know, things happen unexpectedly. Definitely a lot of time.
Gamma looking really relieved here. But one thing I want to mention is there's obviously no interview since the next race is going to come up rather soon. I think they're going to take like 10 minutes of a break, and then we have again the spoiler time. But yeah, Gammachoo's coming up. So what do you think about that, CK Mouse?
What do I think from a running perspective seemed okay. And then from a playing perspective, like, I mean, you got boots pretty early. I can never complain about, you know, early boots. I think this, once you got to Hype Cave, you got 2 swords immediately, and then you got a nice 3rd tempered sword on, you know, Desert Ledge, which wasn't like too far off. So, you know, I don't really think it's going to be that bad.
Yeah. I mean, that hookshot still and Dark Cross, again, you don't want to do an extra trip, but both of them didn't even need one. That could be an awful location if you have to come back for that.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, and actually, I wonder, you know, if maybe other people running the seed, like, you know, if telethar were maybe facing, because I don't think Gamma hovers on a regular basis, but like if telethar were maybe facing like someone who does, you know, are much more comfortable with, you know, hovering. I don't know,
you could have skipped that hookshot entirely, right? Like we would have just, you know, needed it for Moldom too, I guess.
Yeah, you know, and so talking about, I think we saw Ari in chat, you know, talking about how the big key was on the bridge chest. So then, if you were again comfortable crossing that gap with the boots, you know, save 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, all those safeties came into play that Gamma got that powdered before Lammo too. He used the cape multiple times, and that one heart was literally important in like before he gets the powder, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every single piece of health that that Gamma collected was necessary. Yeah, telethar definitely had a very solid end game. Except maybe like in this case, like Act 2 didn't go, you know, as well. But he definitely, you know, he made up a lot of time, you know, on Gamma. That's how it also ended up being so close. All right, I'm not sure if this guy's gonna just take a quick break or anything like that. But yeah, this is going to be game 2, so no more advantage. You know, for telethar in this case, coming from the winners bracket. So this is going to be a champion crowner race.
Yeah, no more races after this.
Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, okay. What happens if they tie, Ravis?
If you didn't say that, we might have actually gotten another one this way.
Right, you're right. Okay, forget. Okay, can somebody delete that last part from?
It's gonna be like a 2-second difference or something, and then everybody's gonna blame you.
You're right. just kick me out of the booth, okay? Or we'll flip a coin at that point.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you hope for the next one? Like, I hope for a very difficult execution-wise, like maybe only 4 or 5 hearts, a master sword, no lamp, all that stuff.
No lamp would be pretty interesting. I would definitely, you know, again, you mentioned, right, this is the finals. You know, I'm always, you know, probably more of a fan of trying to, you know, give runners, you know, to put them in their comfort zone, right? But, you know, I
don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay if they do have to do 6 crystals before they see their first sword. Like, I'm not having a problem with that.
I absolutely agree with you in this case, right? Because, you know, this is the finals. They gotta work for it. They can't just be, you know, glide into, you know, to the finish line.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta earn it, right?
Yes, I absolutely, I agree. This one, telethar did work a little bit at it. Like, in order, like, he picked up a couple extra heart pieces in order to get him that extra heart. He got the heart container on Cannonball chest as well in Eastern. I think it was ultimately worth it because I think he was on one heart at some point, like, and so he needed the heart to survive.
So how are we gonna do the transition here? Are we gonna just talk and then Jem comes in and then we're all three together and and then I'm gonna go out at some point? I mean, since the next race is coming anyway very soon.
Yeah, we are we are discussing how to transition this race.
Yeah. Well, for long at last, Chad, what do you think on a scale from 1 to 10? How was the seat? Let's see if we get an opinion or two in the chat. Like 1 is awful and 10 is super great. From a viewer's perspective, I would say.
3.5.
Yeah, Jam is classic, of course.
Of course. We actually have a good number of like spoiler runners now, whether they're pilots or or runners or combination of both. Like it's actually really great to see actually how many people have actually kind of picked up doing either spoiler solo spoiler or like pilot spoiler stuff. It has really done wonders actually for like timing things and just getting more like engagement involvement for this mode and just for rando in general. Really cool to see.
Yeah, spoiler is like a very specific mode. Like, understandable that people, don't want to get annoyed with like a text document or whatever, and then you control F looking for items and stuff. Like that sounds like not fun, but it is actually fun if you combine it with the game.
Oh yeah.
Whether it be the pilot spoiler stuff or a solo spoiler, it's a very refreshing way of playing rando when we are actually not really playing rando, but we are still playing rando.
Yeah, I think and like the original like more like OG cast, like people like Shady and to some extent like like they were kind of on record for saying that spoiler is actually a really nice combination of speed running and rando, right? Because all the items are still randomized, so you still have to go and kind of like hunt for things, like you don't know where things are, so it's kind of still a new puzzle every time, but you can kind of control like your route, you can plan it, and then you can still try and go as fast as you can, right? So it's really great. And in my opinion, the best part about being a pilot is that you don't have all of the decisions that you make for your runner. You do all the decision making, and you experience zero consequences for your actions. Your runner is the one suffering. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this heart container. Oh, was there blue mail 3 chests over? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's great.
So okay, let's look ahead to the next seed, right? Claymores, you get to choose where the boots and the flute are. Where are they?
Link's house and sanctuary. Just give them all the movement. No, they can have movement. They don't, and then you can put all like 3 swords in GT. Okay, that's fine with me.
Yeah. And that last require 1 is on pedestal or what?
It's perfect. Yeah.
No, but I mean, I feel like boots early obviously is nice, but make them work a little bit. Like if boots are in hype cave or something, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we can have a little bit of like a route around the boots or route towards the boots things. Yeah.
Yeah, like the bomb escape, that was a nice one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So like, I want to see some more. Like, let's say, I don't know, we have to go through Eastern or something, without the boots and without like a sword or something. That could be cool. So runners are about to ready up to get their seat. Their spoiler lock.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, took their break, got their drinks. Telethar is hydrating. Gamma will go get a drink real quick.
All right. So Yeah, I mean, who do you have for winning the entire thing here?
I don't know. It's so close.
All right, so the reading time has already already started, and I'm gonna say it straight up. The race timer countdown went down, and one of the runners said just before it started, second place gets some money too. That was kind of hilarious to see that moment.
Nice.
I think we're gonna see a very close one, even closer than this one.
Yeah. I did take a. Okay. All right. Okay. It sounds like we're gonna do some logistics and switching over. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna close out. I guess like the previous episode. Yeah. They're already starting. So, they're gonna be probably like 10 to 15 minutes before kind of like the next before they actually start playing. So feel free to go get your drink, and then I think the channel will probably still be live. But we'll be back again too very shortly. Ravis, thank you so much. It was a blast.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and see
Yeah.
the rest of you in chat now.
Yeah. See ya.